Let's take a quick look at Nearpod. It's going to be in that lesson. So once you click the lesson, it's going to add you to our Nearpod lesson. The beauty of Nearpod is I can welcome you to any lesson that I've created in here. So what you'll do, I've already done it, but let me show you, is you will type in your name. If I'm Christine Marr, that's me. Then if I'm Jim Smith, then that's me. But whoever you are, you're going to type in your first and last name and hit join session. That's literally how easy it is. So let's go ahead and take you through it. This first question is a really important one. This one's very helpful for me. Every lesson after my little cute video that I'm going to put in for you, it's going to say, who is your homeroom teacher? This is quite helpful. So if your homeroom teacher is Mrs. Liver, you will put Mrs. Liver because she's awesome. If it's Mrs. Anderson because she's also awesome. If it is, who's another one, Miss Hamp, then it would literally be Miss Hamp. So whoever your homeroom teacher is, then you're going to put that in there, and that helps me later on. This is super, super important. Please don't click this next arrow thinking, oh, I'm going to click the next arrow and move on. If there is a button that says submit or post, always click it. Otherwise, your information doesn't get saved. So this brings you to the actual lesson, an overview of rhythm, which is what we're going to be doing. As you click through each little blue arrow thingy over here, it's going to take you to the next slide. The essential question, this is a really good question. Now, some Nearpod lessons have the immersive reader built right into it. This one does not, just because of the way I designed it. So what I did is I did read it for you on the bottom. So you'll notice a little sound bite down here. So every page, if you need help with the words or you don't know what it's saying, click the little triangle button and you'll hear me.
Why is it important to recognize beats and rhythms in music?
So that's just for people that need just a little bit of extra help, since the immersive reader isn't available in these ones. Another thing I want to show you is that sometimes when you click through a slide, you'll notice that there's a video I want you to watch. You either need to hit the triangle that's going to be in the middle of your screen to start that video, or some videos, just because they're on a different platform, you will need to click the triangle in the lower left-hand corner of that. But either way, that triangle is going to get that song to play for you. The next slide is going to take you to something called Chrome Music Lab. Now I want you to notice that as I go across, it's going to open it in a new tab here. Did you see how this tab popped up that didn't exist before? Sometimes, like on my laptop, it'll pop up as a new tab up here. Either way, you're going to play through the activity and then you'll have to close out that tab, whatever you're doing, and it'll take you right back to the lesson. Let's take a little look. Take a look. This little monkey playing the triangle is adorable. Let's listen. So what you can do here is you can change the rhythms of what they're playing. So if you click a button, it adds something else. Now you can add different things. I want you to play around and see what would sound really good. So after you're done with the cute little monkeys, bye monkeys, we're going to go to a few other creatures playing a few different instruments. Please mess around with this. Try to come up with a really, really cool sounding rhythm going on here. These little horned creatures are amazing in the fact that these claves sound amazing. It's like a really legit clave sound. I love it. The last one is the most adorable because whatever this little guy is playing, it's a cowbell and it's amazing. Hashtag more cowbell. So play around with these rhythms, but notice that when you're done playing with these rhythms and coming up with some really cool sounds, your job is to X out of whatever it is that tab opened up for you. So you just X out of this, or you X out of that one up there if it opened up a new tab up there. Then you hit next to the next slide. So 2 more things I want to show you. Some of these slides are going to be interactive. Now, I'm going to ask you a question and your job is to post your answer. So it says, what happened to the sound when you move the dots around? I decided for a last class I did a video for, I said it got awesomer. Awesomer is a word. No, it's not, but just go with it. So after you type in an answer here, it sounded different, an answer. Please, please, please make sure that you hit the word post or else it will not post. But as soon as it posts, it'll come into our class board here, so which will be cool. Again, the next slide. So this one says, draw a picture of something you could use to make a rhythm or create a rhythm and write 1 to 2 sentences about how you would use it. So I could come down here and change the color and maybe change the size. Maybe I want to create a, let's see what I can do. This is supposed to be a drum. This is a drum. Use your imagination. Hey, I teach music, not art. So, and then I have my drumsticks, maybe. So this is a drum, and I can even label it drum. After that, if you seem to make a mistake, which I'm making here, you could always use this little eraser button, and you can change the size of it if you wanted to get rid of some things like this. Like my word drum looks terrible. So instead of maybe writing the word drum, I could put in a text box too. So let me show you how to put in a text box. So we're gonna get rid of this little drummy guy, and then we're gonna add a text box instead that shows us what to do. So come back down to your tools, and this T stands for text. So you can add in anything you want. So let's say I wanted to say this was a drum. This is amazing. So drum is right there. I can change its size if I want to. Wow, let's change it. That looks good. Ooh, get down there. Okay, perfect. So I like my drum the way it is. So we have that. If we want to click out of here, you could always upload a picture if you wanted to, but hey, I'm pretty happy with my drum. I think it looks pretty good. So if I wanted to add the text about how I could keep a steady beat, I could say a drum could help me create rhythms, etc., etc. So you can go ahead and play with that and do what you want to. You can go ahead and organize it the way that you want to. And then when you're all done, please do not forget to hit the submit button, because I want to see your work, because I miss you. And this way I get to just see a little part of you anyway, if we could do that. If you get to the end and you're like, I just don't like any of this, just go ahead and click this little blank paper right there, and then it will just delete it for you. So hit submit. Got my drum, and then we move on. So that's Nearpod in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please reach out to me if you guys need any help at all.